so long. Earthshaker, this whole DPC, pretty much 2 seasons. Oh, speaking of which, now we have 2 heroes that everyone says, around TI time, though, they're going to come back. Rubik and Earthshaker getting substantial buffs in the more recent patches, and also just absolute placeholder heroes at TI. These guys, they want an Aegis,
It really is true. Like, there's just something about TI time when you pick these giant AoE heroes that, like, can completely turn around a game. They punish mistakes is what it's really about, it feels like.
Just give me Shadow Fiend, and I have, like, my 4 favorite heroes to watch right now.
Right,
Like,
literally.
seriously, this is amazing.
All right. So against the Tidehunter, you're thinking about Disruptor potentially. You're thinking about these heroes that can mitigate the presence of a Tidehunter. But at the same time, this hero's kind of inhabited different roles. Like, I remember leading up to this, we were watching some of the pub games and we saw like a Satanic Tidehunter. These others like very strange combinations. We'll see how it ends up going if OG decide to run for sort of like a more group up and fight around this Tide, or if they want to like how they want to play it. Whoa, hello, Queen of Pain.
Okay, so this comes back to the discussion of second pick, I would say, because this idea of like your last 2 picks are both getting counterpicked as Alliance, right? So you have to pick, they get to pick. You have to pick again, OG get to pick. And so taking your mid and taking a stronger mid hero, at least potential for mid, because Queen of Pain definitely has some flex right now, I think is better when your first pick.
Where do you see the potential for flex for Queen of Pain?
I think it could be a position 4, position 5, or a mid. Maybe even position 3. I think she has a lot of places she can go right now. I would say she is best and mid, and probably 4. So it's more likely going to be a mid in this case. But
Right.
I think she can go like pretty much all the roles but 1 right now.
You don't think 1 would work? I remember back in the day, it was like the old like AC builds that you would get.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I mean anything can work.
That's true.
As someone once said.
That's true. I think it's going to be really interesting because, like you said, that you have multiple different bans that you can now take out of the pool to take co-op's really bad matchups out of there. And look at this OG taking a really long time with this next round of bans. What are they thinking right now? What do you think is going through their heads that's making them so concerned about the heroes they have to ban out in this second phase? Like, are you thinking about banning out? I don't know. Snapfire. That's not what I was expecting. That's really weird. That's such a weird pick or decision to ban.
Yeah, I mean, good hero for sure. It has some flex in terms of the roles we kind of discussed in our earlier podcast here. Right? We still like the hero. She's definitely been nerfed since she's been introduced, and feels like she's getting weaker and weaker. She has like certain counter picks that I guess is where I would probably start thinking is the heroes like Phoenix specifically, but I don't think you would just ban Snap right that if you like that. That just says, hey, we love a Phoenix to me. Maybe like an Undying 2 could be a potential 5.
I would feel like Alliance would want to take out a Puck here on the last round of bans also. That one of those traditionals really devastating answers for Queen of Pain in the mid lane. I mean, granted, you can go for a different build or you can go for the Screams instead of the daggers. But it's interesting, right? Because in a way, it feels like we're not really thinking about the lanes that much right now for Alliance. So like, these are the heroes that we want, and we're going to just put them wherever is going to suit them best.
Well, what's important about that is that they've already sort of saved 2 lanes, because they're taking the Queen of Pain, who, with the addition to now gaining health when she uses her dagger, has made her a better laner overall. And she was already a fairly strong hero. Even in like her worst shape, she's a pretty good laner. So you've got that to help safe hold the mid lane, other than like the really bad counter picks, like you mentioned, like maybe a Viper or a Puck or something. And then you have Earthshaker, who also can just like hold back the wave by fishing, which can save a lot of different offlane heroes too. But position 3 Earthshaker is also gaining a ton of steam right now, so this could also be a core shaker.
I mean, the thing about it though is that like we're talking all this stuff that's cool about the Alliance draft. It is weird. And from OG, you have like a very just stout combination. You have a Tidehunter. This is a hero that you want in these types of like big, meaningful games that can just sort of either stay strong in a lane or be that thing that turns around a fight. And he's so versatile. And then, of course, Rubik is just a very nice answer to Earthshaker at any time and being able to steal Fissure. It's good stuff.
Death Prophet, another hero that's gotten some bans and a little bit of tweaks lately. Wasn't seen a lot this year, so you need a little bit of love. But one of the poster heroes in terms of some of these fresh new Immortals, which you guys can get just by watching on Twitch.
Nice.
It's Legion. I think hers is my favorite. It looks really good.
I haven't
with
seen
the gold.
It yet.
Lots of quality.
Legion Commander. I mean, this hero is kind of interesting. I mean, you got the big buff that happened with the level 10 talent where you get the 250 range. Obviously, Hard to Spell is really nice. A very strong laner, but in a way kind of overlaps with the Tidehunter in terms of where the most normal position is that we see from them.
It is kind of cool because, like, if the queen goes, let's say, Orchid or something, then there's now pressure for you to go onto the Legion, right? Or else she's just going to debuff them. You have the potential for this to be a support Legion or a core Legion, much like the Tide. Could be support Tide or core Tide. So really the only... I guess Rubik's not even technically locked in, right? This could be like a 4 or a 5 Rubik, theoretically.
Yeah.
So
Undyne gets taken now from Alliance, and immediately afterwards into a Morphlane. Okay, very interesting. Obviously, Undyne position 3 was a big thing, but now with the Morphlane, you would kind of imagine that this is going to be a 5 Undyne with a Morph in position 1. And this draft starts to feel like it's taking a little bit more shape now.
what's really good about what they just did there, too, is that that double pick quick in a row.
Right, of course.
And
All right.
Ancient Apparition. So this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Second pick. All right.
So we are going to real quickly come on back to us for just a moment here.
Yep.
As we are getting ready to go into this game, but just making sure that all the audio is absolutely perfect and there's no issues at all going on for you fine folks out there. And just like that, like it's the magic of production, our wonderful people here that are taking care of business. We're going to head on back into the game now.
Perfect. And you didn't miss anything except a Sven ban. It just happened, like right there. Okay, so, yeah. So this is why I love second pick. They pick Morph, you pick AA, and then just snap pick, right from OG. They're putting the pressure back on Alliance now. And what was good, OG spent a lot of that time deciding on that, like, snap ban, but they clearly decided, like, all 3 bans they wanted there, or at least some concept of ideas, because then they went through the other bans pretty fast. Right. And then now they have a lot of time for now their final 10th pick, which is, even in the old days of 10th pick, you always want a lot of time there, of course, to discuss all your flexibility and everything. So I'm definitely liking what they have. Alliance, Morphling, combos. We got the Shaker, number 1. The other big one, the Dark Willow, of course.
Yep. I wonder if you even need to do that. It feels like there's some value that gets lost when you're picking a Willow and you already have a Shaker. Because, like, you can't morph into both of them, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I would agree. Just, you know. It is pretty nasty.
So to be honest, like I really like the idea of just sort of putting this game into Nico's baby's hands in a lot of way with having that Morph Shaker. But then of course you've got the like really strong answer from OG now with like having Legion and AA and then also potentially Tidehunter. Like there's a lot of ways to catch this Morph. I wonder if you're even going to need to go for a Lincoln's Field. Like, sometimes that starts to feel a little bit like meh. As a Morph nowadays, you love to be able to play more greedy, but you might need to in this matchup.
Morph's got a lot of items that you want now too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we get Falcon Blades popping off. You know, you never know who you want to throw that thing on. Okay, maybe not Morphling. It's on stats, but you know, every other carry you can buy Falcon Blade, or maybe 1, maybe 2. And that could be an idea here, right? Theoretically, they could even go back, grab a carry, and put this in the mid lane, even for late. But if they feel like some teams would maybe feel like this Morphling is going to have such a rough time that maybe wants to be more of like an active hero rather than like the anchor of the team, that like in the end, this is the person who's supposed to like knock down and win this game. That can be a bit scary when you're playing against Legion, Ravage, and Ancient Apparition as a Morphling.
That's true, and so much disable, and then just that ability that will kill you. And right now for Alliance, no other save that really exists. That Shadow Demon ban, I think, really important. And now they take Alina too. Dude, 2 of these heroes very fragile.
You mean all 3 of their cores potentially too?
Yeah.
Well, that was okay. They had a minute left, and they just took that Clinks.
All
and that's a Topson Tidehunter.
Okay.
Let's go. We got some Dota too. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Hanskin playing the Queen of Pain now as well. It's looking spicy, to borrow from an absolute legend there. I am super stoked for this game.
Wow. Okay, so instant Sumail Clinks. Clinks, not a hero that I saw popping up on a lot of hero predictions, I wouldn't say.
Previous patch, though, right beforehand, he was all over the place.
You know, I was watching quite a few Sumail games, actually, over the past while. He just kept spamming techies. So I think that, you know, he's really throwing everyone off the trail. He played 1 Clinks game recently that I can see.
Okay.
So he's mostly been scrimming, that's for sure. I'll let you know, he did lose, but he lost against Topson. Therefore, it cancels out.
True.
Because
Was
someone
Topson
on
playing
OG1...
Tidehunter?
No, he was He was most certainly. He's playing Dragon Knight, so
Okay.
we're all over the place right now.
Those are similar heroes. Well,
Yeah.
not really.
Limp Lena, though, that's a game winner. You know, you get off to a good start as Lena. Obviously, she's a little bit of a snowball hero. She likes to catch fire and keep things rolling and burning in her direction. And as mentioned, we also got the Core Shaker. So Morphling Shaker used to be a support Shaker. Now it's Morphling Shaker with a Core Shaker. Maybe you can get a little bit better action together than with the support, right? Because back in the day of Morphling Shaker, one of the issues was that like the Morphling was crazy. It's like bouncing all over the place and killing everyone. But it wasn't until the late game where the support Shaker would also get like an Aghanim's, right? And feel like we could do, as I call, the wobble, of course. You know, the infinite stun. You're just blowing up everybody. It feels like you can be 20k behind and still win the game. Much more possible now with the Core Shaker.
That's right. And we've got some wonderful. Oh, there it is. Way on the main stage. Seb putting out the lines already right at the start. We're getting ready to go into this game number 1. Alliance facing off against OG, the grudge match of all grudge matches. And of course, just getting ready into these groups right from the start. God, the voice lines are going to be great. I remember why I muted some of these players now. But no, definitely not something that you want to do at this point. Already 4 heroes from OG heading into the river. Going to run into Hanskin. Doesn't have anything skilled yet. Might need to go for the blink. They're slowing him down.
I don't think that's worth it. Don't do it.
Yeah, he's just going to try and walk that one off. And it does look like he's going to be able to get out of there in spite of the boots. And now FNG comes over, so the rest of Alliance shows up, not going to back down from the battle. And instead, it's going to be OG that have to. So they drop a ward in the river. This is going to scout out, obviously, runes that can spawn. But they're kind of just bullying him out of this area. OG have full vision. Alliance still trying to force a fight here.
This saves their TI.
Dude, this is the FNG is going to go for the wraparound now. Runs into Seb, looking for the body blocks. Seeing if he can find the chase down there. The fissure blocks off. Not going to be able to get to the roach pit. Can they bring him down? Maybe going to look for a deny on OG. Will they be able to do it? The slow down. They get the deny onto Seb. FNG drops low, but still nobody dead except for Seb, who gets killed by his own team. But this is going to set up for 4 Alliance bounty runes right out of the gate.
Oh, yeah, I think Hanskin's safely going to get there. Maybe he doesn't go for it. He might think that something's going to be a little closer. It's a race between Sox and Hanskin right now. Oh, he's going.
Oh, yeah, and I don't
Maybe
know
a
if they're going to
deny.
be able to get the deny in time. Yeah, so that's going to be 3 of them there, but man, what a great way to start this for Alliance.
Aren't you glad he didn't take Blink, guys? This
Yes.
is why at home, please, don't do it. All right, look at that value. Very well done. And heading right back into that top lane. I love what No-Tail's doing right away up here, too. Just popping in the damage, right? This is what you want to do is level 1 with the Ancient Apparition. Try and abuse the fact that you have this little bit of extra range on the Chilling Touch.
Mid lane now, we're going to take a look at this one. Thompson going off against Limp Lena. Obviously nice to be able to get those Anchor Smash damage reduction hits off whenever possible, but with the long range on Limp, it's not going to be easy. So this will be an interesting one to watch here and see how much damage Limp can really do.
As well as the build that Thompson goes for, too, because you'd expect that you're probably going to be going for, obviously, like a lot of Anchor Smashes and probably the Kraken Shell so that you can, like, I'm not worried too much about Gush because I just want to go jungle, right? Like, Tide's an interesting hero because it doesn't matter the number of units in the AoE. Number 1, barely takes damage. Number 2, does the same damage to everyone with the Anchor Smash. So you can farm like crazy if the stacks are there, even if stacks have been nerfed. Still worth it.
Something to watch for sure, if he can get those stacks up and eventually take them as well. Up here in the top lane again, we're going to check this one out. No-Tail facing off against Hanskin, and obviously Queen of Pain, like you talked about, the dagger changes, getting some health back, always nice to watch for. It feels like there's potential for kill in a lot of these lanes. I'm going to have to be pretty quick on my camera work.
Oh, it is dangerous down bottom. Between like an Undying and a Morphling too, you can really try and push to the limit, especially if you get level 2 with the Soul Rip on FNG. You might be going for something a little bit crazy.
Yeah, definitely something to watch for.
Sox is trying to sneak around to the back. He's looking to see if he gets a little bit too low with that Fable being available.
Right. Something to watch for. No big mess-ups yet at all. And again, showing some of the powers. No-Tail going to drop the flag, give a tip. Starting off TI the way that we would expect from the 2-time winners. OG keeping that pressure on.
Just give him a little wave, yeah, I like that. Maybe we'll get a couple high fives as well
Yeah.
across the teams. You know, some good spirits here.
Oh, Limp also going to block out that small camp. So Thompson should be aware that that happened, though, seeing the sentry ward on Limp as he headed over there.
Yeah, and that's a camp where you can't really hide it. You can easily deward that one. There's nothing really sneaky about it.
Oh, little courier snipe there. FNG not quite keeping track of the route that his courier was taking, ends up getting punished a little bit, but still doing a good job of enabling this Morphle to at least have a decent time here. 10-1 so far, and across the board, things looking perfectly fine for Alliance.
Yeah, and that's not just like a lucky thing that Soxa gets that courier. The whole time he was trying to position himself in that angle towards FNG. Like, he's hoping that you're going to make that mistake. Because it's something that's so easy. We all do it in our own games. But, like, when you're on the big stage like this, it's something that a lot of pro players honestly still aren't used to doing. It's just, like, the constant idea of where my courier is right now and not losing it. Because it's very punishing. Not just for yourself, but for your carry, right? Like, you're a 5. You're bringing out regen to keep your Morphling alive. It is crucial that you keep that courier going.
Well, we're going to see, again, FNG as those strength stacks start to dwindle, getting lower and lower without that much of anything, actually. Only a Sentry Ward to his name. So we'll see what FNG decides to do. This feels like one of those run into the tier 2 towers and die situations.
Nice play by Limp, though.
Yeah.
Comes in and gets that bounty run right past Tops, and he should just take that small camp, and May doesn't want to reveal that it's stacked up there. Or, sorry, blocked up.
Hanskin there just blinking away from potential danger.
Oh, speaking of, FNG's actually diving into the tower. Still no first blood.
Yes.
But yeah, he's just gone. We know that.
Yeah, we knew he was heading.
Didn't get a courier on the way.
Nico Baby. Waveforms to the high ground. He's just sitting there with the...
Sir, you're Radiant. Does he know?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's... I mean, he needed to back away, I guess, is the big thing. But that means Seb gets a free lane here for a little while. And looks like he'll be okay. They do still have 2 points in Fade Bolt.
FNG getting the pull off too, using the decay. Okay. Seb's on it, though.
He still
gets right over there.
Yeah, that's going to be fine.
Man, so much bullying just happening in this bottom lane. Not the the bully of Undying. You kind of expect not able to get there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it's just NoTail and S4 chasing each other through the river. Still no true first blood here at 5 minutes right now.
Dude, what is going on in this game? This is a wild one right now.
You don't lane in the river?
Yeah.
With creeps just battling each other down here?
They're not. You know, good amount of damage there on the top side. And Hanskin goes forward. It's going to be a good amount of damage. See if that one gets Kraken Shell off. Also, I mean, it still has the Fairy Fire too, so it won't be a kill. But you can see right now, Limp is definitely off to a hot start. 31-13 in comparison to the 21-1 for the Tidehunter. I mean, it is type of thing you would expect with a, Lina very strong laner, but still, good stuff.
And from all that pressure down bottom, Nico may be hurting, right? He's 10 CS behind the Clinks right now, and they do have level 2 Soul Rip, and you already saw he was morphing down, so FNG could hit him, and there's obviously a lot of value with that, since it is a flat amount of heal. And there you go, look at that. Juice right back up.
Yeah. Back up to where he needs to be. Seb's still having a good time on this Legion Commander, so you can see it's sort of like asymmetry in terms of the farm. Like, the Legion Commander and the Clinks having a good time. Tidehunter not necessarily having a bad time on Topson, but behind, definitely. And you can see almost a full level. And in fact, we'll see if Limp decides to go for a play here. It's not easy. Killing a Tide is not a simple affair.
No, and what's going to be interesting is the dynamic between the Tide and the Lina in terms of who's going to be making rotations and moving in this game, right? You're not expecting Tide to be a very mobile hero, whereas Lina's going to try and utilize the lower cooldown, the Laguna Blade, be active, be useful for the squad. But one thing that OG have done is that they're keeping their 5 high in XP. I mean, you look over at FNG, he's on Undying, you're not expecting much. NoTail, AA, very greedy hero, and he wants to be ready to combo as soon as possible with the level 6 of the Legion Commander, so he's not trying to shy away from the XP that much.
S4 going to take the long walk again, has boots here, and this is given some room here to Hanskin, who's trying to get up his levels as well. Only level 3 on this Queen of Pain, and tries to get a pull, but NoTail is already there to maybe stop it? And it does look like he gets some aggro, so that'll be okay. Again, a little bit of a chase going on here. FNG, they find him off in the trees with Topson making the rotation and drawing first blood. A quick kill over there without the Ravage.
Yeah, and here I was saying I wasn't too concerned about the Gush, but I mean, with the weakening of the stacks, maybe he just wants to be a little bit more active. 2 points in Gush already, the 2-2-2 build. Not something you really expect from a Tidehunter, but when it's there to help enable the kills, that's absolutely masterful to have. And of course, I really like not getting Ravage early. That is definitely standard, right? Because, I mean, what are you going to do? You go Ravage once, maybe get like 1 kill. If you're lucky, 2 that early in the game. The earlier points on like, just Anchor Smash even, like, I'd be fine with like a 0-4-4 build or something, right? Okay. But the 2-2-2 is also really cool.
Topson Classic makes it happen. And we have our first blood already as S4 is going to be bullied back a little bit. Quick push away, another fissure onto 2, but that's going to be the end of the aggression. It looks like although Sumail already out with that Burning Barrage. And again, if you're coming in from a little break away from Dota, this is what Klinks does now. He takes a lot of stacks. And look at that. They're building up Ancient stacks as well. That's 3 of them right now and 3 on this hard camp. So a nice chunk of change ready for Sumail when he decides to retreat fully back into the jungle.
Yeah, or even Topson, right? I mean, Tide is very good at farming up the stacks as well. I think the shining spot for Alliance right now, for me, is probably S4, right? He's doing very well to start as an Earthshaker. This is a hero that can absolutely fall apart, even with the changes and stuff to like the laning stage. Sometimes you just don't get a good lane as Shaker, and you spend like 10 minutes farming up lane.
Ooh, that was a good pull down there. As they won't be able to make anything happen afterwards, but force out the Tombstone.
Oh, speaking of S4, he's chasing No-Tail into the trees up top. Oh, he can't quite get the damage though. Oh, the okey doke, the vision that AA has, it just lets him dance around him so easily.
Hanskin there, looking for the chase down, gets the dagger off, and S4 the one that finds the kill. Very well played.
That's sick. It's great that he got that kill too.
Yes.
Hanskin didn't like come and end up grabbing that one. You'd much rather get that gold on S4 as fast as you can. As the treads, this is where Shaker like now has hit his stride. Treads are amazing on this hero, very good for the mana efficiency when you're using your totem, and now he's going to try and farm towards that Blink Dagger. Great timing so far. For 9 minutes, this is an excellent start for Earthshaker.
You can see that like there's a pretty close connection there between all the heroes, and Sumail is trying to get a little bit of acceleration out. Just look at this build. Like, this is the type of build that only exists in Herald gameplay or professional Dota 2 gameplay.
That's true.
Like, the maximum amount of efficiency that you can get is Sumail, and just trying to clear. This is so much gold. Up top, a blink away, Hanskin not going to be able to get anything, and also going to throw an AA blast down bottom.
Drop the Tombstone too, they just want one kill and go.
Ready to make it happen, No-Tail. Going to drop down fairly low. Does have ulti back up again in 5 seconds, but FNG just keeps that pressure on. Fully committed for the kill, ends up going down. Will cost him his life.
Now, AA, that used to be 40 seconds. Right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's 60 seconds now. Can't Ice Blast as quick, so that little chuck down to the bottom lane, I said, it's harmless and everything. Well, it ends up just letting the Undying walk it off and just kill him.
Well, I thought that they were going to try and make a more concerted effort towards pressuring that mid tier 1 tower a little bit as the smoke comes out. It was close to a ward, but I don't know if they quite scouted it. But just look at this like movement down towards bottom.
I mean,
Radiant scanning
look
it,
top,
it doesn't quite connect.
They've just given up top.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're fully just saying we don't care, and by doing that, like with the help of the vision behind the tower for Hanskin, Nico Baby's like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go top. Like, yeah, there's no value for me down here. Great dodge. There's still some time on the smoke for Topson, but he still only has the phase boost, of course, doesn't have like the best way to initiate with his Ravage, and looks like this will just be a little bit of nothing here. He might even reveal on this ops board, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, they were smoking.
So, at least in this early going, a trade-off of tier 1 towers, it feels very standard. And oftentimes what ends up happening is these big fights that happen in a little bit of a later stage.
Okay, this is so weird. So Sumail just cleared the 2 camps, right?
Yeah.
And he did it all right before the minute mark.
Okay.
Which is something you don't like. Usually he would have waited there to try and get both camps together for the Maelstrom, but he wants that 15%. He doesn't want to do the stacks and everything.
That's a good point, yeah. Clearing them before they respawn.
Yeah. New Dota.
Very interesting. And there is going to be a Watermelon sitting up in the top lane. This is what we've come to expect and what we know so well from a Tidehunter. It's just standing in a lane saying you can't really deal with us, but they are bringing multiple heroes around here. Limp hanging on to a Haster and has Boots of Travel also, and immediately rushing into the BKB.
This has become a very popular build. Right, just like going into the BKB as soon as you can, allowing you to stand tall, really utilize the right-clicking damage that you're going to get. And of course, it doesn't hurt landing your spells when you're magic immune. It's pretty good.
As FNG will drop the Tombstone, and that sets up for Nico Baby to clear through the ancient stacks.
That was a triple.
Yeah, that was good. But OG pressuring in. They might be running into a timing with this Blink Dagger. Getting finished on S4, coming out right now on the Courier. Are they going to try and go for a fight right now?
Yeah, Seb's a little behind with his own Blink Dagger as well, right? So that's kind of the timing is really good for Alliance at this moment. Last time they tried to force the mid. FNG went for the ulti, he ran down No-Tail, but they didn't get any like actual pressure on the tower because the Tombstone was just killed right away. They're going to try that again now with the Blink Dagger here from the Earthshaker. See if they can get a really solid objective, but look who's in behind them.
Oh, and runs into him. Thompson spots it, and that's a great play.
Oh, they just instant smoke again. FNG just pops another one. He's like, all right, we'll try that one more time. Different definition of secondhand smoking.
Oh, and now they're going to run into No-Tail. They find him there. Are they even going to find this
no.
kill? He just does
the tumbler sword!
He just chips away! Oh man, that's one of those moments where like you want to make that play as Alliance and go for a big kill, and now it's not going to be the blink reveal you wanted. Still, they're strong.
Yeah, I mean, they still have Ravage, and Sumail's coming in, right? Time to regenerate. He's lurking. There is a sentry nearby, so has to be cautious of his movements. And he's like, yeah, this is not gaining me gold. I'm gonna go back to the Ancients.
No-Tail takes down the Tombstone, gets a nice little chunk of change for himself. Walk
Zeb?
forward, the rage! Oh, they find him! Able to get the first duel victory of the game on Hanskin.
That looks so weird. Legion just walk. It's like a taunt or something. He's, yeah, hey you! Yeah, come on. She just couldn't help herself. Queen had to fight.
S4 actually just gonna walk in and get the enchant totem hit onto the tier 1.
So here's the difference. Alliance made 2 different attempts at that mid tower, right? And it didn't even feel strong at all. And now you just have OG a single swoop, and everyone's just here in the timing. Sumail's still farming, right? He's nearby. He can join if something happens because his hero's pretty fast. But they might just be giving this up for free right now.
That's true, and it's really hard to make any move onto Thompson right now with this drum.
FNG's trying to grab that creep wave.
Yeah, they're keeping this.
It's too close though. Yeah.
Well, and obviously you can just.
Yeah, exactly. You can just tank it like it's weak enough that it's not gonna matter.
The wraparound though. Smoke now coming from OG. This is dangerous.
The fake back.
They don't know. I don't know if they saw S4 or not. But they walk forward, looking for the duel. Gonna find Hanskin yet again. LSA, great vision. Drop down from S4. Almost gets it. The Ravage is there. Sumail able to clean up in the end, but they took down Seb first.
That was not worth a Ravage. That's gotta feel good for Alliance right now. They want to chase.
Lift up. Pulling him back in. It's some trouble. Thompson. Oh! The echo from S4 afterwards catches onto both. Sumail has to get out of there if possible. Heal up coming. S4 down low. He's still so tanky on this place. 2,000 HP. Just turns and wants to fight. Kills off one. They can't get the LSA connection onto Sumail. And just like that, OG, a little bit of a flub at the start, but they turn around and get some kills.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't click the hero. You start looking at that Clinks, you're like, oh no, there's no way. Like, you just spent everything, right? First, you piled everything onto that duel, trying to save your Queen of Pain, and yeah, sure, she dies being the kill on the Legion, everything looks pretty good, you get your chase down after. They had to just be happy with what they had, but they got that little bit of success. They got a little bloodthirsty, and they paid for it.
It's TI time. I mean, again, it just means that it's even, right? Like, granted, there is still this Clinks that's very strong. Sitting 2,000 HP when he's all stacked up and looking very good. Has BKB almost completed, but we're also approaching that timing. This Morphling has Lincoln Spear done now. Going towards the Aghanim Scepter next. Nico Baby's timing, playing together with S4 is going to be really hard to deal with for OG.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a must. It feels bad because the Lincoln doesn't do anything versus the AA, really, but obviously it's kind of, you need it with that that addition to the talent on Seb. Just makes it so easy to hit the duel.
Blink forward and then dueling, it was all very good. Because I think about that, right? Like, Seb walked forward, he linked up to high ground, and then just saw, okay, who's there, and then was able to find a duel onto Hanskin.
Radiant structures
More pressure. Bottom tower just gets glyphed away here by Alliance.
Dire's top tower
Similar pressure up top. They're going to glyph as well from OG, so no one wants to move. It's the message here. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, you got one wave, whatever. And, oh, mid tower, yeah, he just grabs that thing. So things, as you said, very even at the moment right now. And, OG there, they're just kind of playing the flag down, saying, you know, the Legion Commander, right, duels, takes the area. She wants this. This tower's gone. There's no one else up there with Nico Baby, so what's the play?
Careful, careful. They got vision down. They see this. S4 gets dueled! Oh, that was not how that was supposed to go. They get the BKB out from Limp, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. They're just going to turn, fight, take down that Tombstone. And S4 just got a little bit ahead of himself, and OG with a good ward down. set that all up.
All right, now, Alliance gonna have themselves last time. Will OG do the same? It feels like there's not a lot of value here, especially once the Shaker's back. I agree, just poking, keep going until the Shaker returns.
Yes.
After that, probably not a lot to do. Now, at the same time, they also have Queen of Pain was just showing mid. They're not sure where Nico Baby is, but he definitely isn't shown in the base, so there's not a lot of threat to kick OG out, but they'll still respect the Earth Shaker, even after that, that last display.
Things that I feel like you always talk about, being able to find vision with these support heroes. No-Tail just drops that Ice Vortex up on the high ground, sets him up to be able to poke away the tower. Again, look at this. A big jump here on the limb, and they get him just there with the range. The right click's coming through the barrage and the finish. Dude, this Legion duel is silly.
That is painful. They don't have any supports to chase. So they have an Undying and a Queen of Pain. Like, Queen of Pain can't, like, blink after you and just dagger you or something as a play, right? That's not something that's going to catch two heroes that make a play like that. That was just a free pick. That was so nice.
That like, hard save that we talked about Team Speed. Think about if that was added in with an Ice Blast or what have you. The fact that you just can't play on the map when there is this Legion commander there, it's just so difficult for Alliance right now. All right, down 3,000 gold. Again, not the end of the world. You've still got this timing that's coming forward, but every one of those kills can start to add up. We're 1,000 gold away from Morphling having that Aghanim Scepter completed.
Yeah, it goes back to the fans, right? King or the Shadow Demon right at the end. Like, OG kind of saw that they want to make these pick off plays like that, and that's a hero that can prevent that. Instead, they end up going for the second mid in the Lina and pushing the Queen of Pain back down to the forest. Well, she's going to be pulled back with the Spirit Vessel. All right. Be all right?
Yeah, never in doubt. Spirit Vessel, like you're talking about, now going back into the Yule Scepter afterwards. Seb almost has BKB. Way to lock down these games and start to look in your favor. Just keep that pressure on from OG.
And what's next on our list? When we have this much map control and the enemy's hiding in their base.
This big guy.
The answer's Roche. That is the answer. Correct. We start prepping for Roche if you're OG. That's the way to go. If you're in that mentality, that's what you want to do. If you're Alliance, you want to say to yourselves, what do we do in terms of getting the Roche? Try and find a good fight. What's our fights look like? You have Earthshaker as Alliance. That's very good. You gotta feel like that's a strong hero to have around the pit, right? OG, they have the AA, they have the Ravage. I don't think you want to try and sneak away the Roche. You want to try and contest the Alliance, right? Unfortunately, they are in no way going to be in position for that, as they've gone to the bottom to try. They basically say, like, we don't think we can fight. What are we going to get if we think they're roaching? The answer is a tier 1 tower. So they're just going all in on bottom, and they will trade. I think this is pretty good. I don't think the Roche fight goes well for them, and they're not so far behind. They need to go for some sort of like a Hail Mary.
This is going to be something to watch as well as like, they're getting Roche right as Alliance are getting that power spike. I don't think it's completely outside of the realm of possibility that Alliance, if they see a good fight, decide to take that fight. But at least for the moment, they're going to dodge away, try and get out of there. Sumail is chasing a little bit, but I think he's just going to push out the wave. It's time.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's go. Time for some Dota. OG are smoking. Alliance are ready with the Morph Shaker. It's combo time.
Are they thinking about Alliance are holding this area? They feel like OG are going to pressure out
They have
the
such
side.
good vision. I mean, look at it. They have Ob, Sentry. They want the smoke to pop inside the tree. They're so close to being correct, right? Like, OG almost made this move into this area. This could have been so good for them. But now what do? You've laid your trap. You're waiting. Someone to trip on the snare. They're getting closer. There's the change.
Tail,
Nico's
jump
ready.
him right at the start, man. The double. X marks the spot right away, able to catch him. OG have to get out of here. They are caught in a dangerous position. Laguna Blade thrown.
Look at that tide just die.
Oh
okay,
my
well,
God.
would have died.
Jump in, tries to blow him up. Do they have enough? Oh, can they bring down Nico Baby? It doesn't look like it. Sumail there. BKB out already. Chasing down Thompson, trying to find the finish. A couple more hits, and there's one. Seb takes down another. Limp ends up dying in this, but the dynamic duo of the Morph Shaker is still alive. Chase down, almost gets enough for the kill. They take down another. Nico Baby, the world on his back right now as they want to find it. Echo Slam out. There's a fissure on it too. Great combo comes out from Alliance. A triple kill from Sumail. Does Nico Baby and Hans
No,
can have
his time
enough?
has ran out.
The A blast afterwards though has to run. Dodges away. Oh, they can't quite connect. Sumail is down very low. Nico Baby decides he wants to fight. Jumps forward, finds the Aegis kill. Now, do they stick around anymore? I think Alliance back out.
No, there's no point. There's no way you get that second kill. You're both so low, and you don't have the Shaker, right? Obviously, they took him down, so there's no morphing there. What was really rough about that fight, I believe, is that he was only 17 when the fight started, so he didn't have the 40-second cooldown on the morph, so he couldn't get a second one after.
That was perfect.
Man, these little moments right here, it's so close. And again, a 4,000 gold lead, but the important part that you saw was that was the fight with the Aegis.
Yep.
OG, they get that little buffer that keeps them, you know, from losing too much, but Alliance definitely winning that engagement.
And all I see is what does that fight look like if Nico Baby has a BKB? And the answer is not good for OG, because he already looked unstoppable. And frankly, they should have had the kill earlier as well on the Thompson, right? But they missed the Sonic Wave.
Oh, and Seb gets hit. Oh, but the BKB comes out, and there's the duel. Oh, finds S4. That is not the hero that you want to lose right at the start of this one. Is Nico Baby still going in? Has to be careful. They have already used the Ice Blast, though. FNG gets dropped down now as well. 40 seconds until Ravage, but Hanskin is also in no man's land. A triple kill for Sumail. OG find the fight perfectly, and S4 just a bit too far forward. They weren't expecting them to be there.
And now he's friendless again. 20 seconds. There's no Shaker here, so they know, right? Nico Baby is just not the same hero without his bud in the off lane. Sumail wants the pressure for that. That was Alliance thinking they had a pickoff play. They thought they had something there that could help like put this game completely even and like back to it. Instead, we've doubled the lead on OG, and they're gonna grab themselves. But I think maybe even a full set of racks. Thompson, dude, there's still no Ravage right now.
Jump in, they get him right away. S4 is there. They're gonna steal Fissure now also. Oh god, this is really
stuck.
deadly. I mean, can they get him? That's kind of the question now. A Fissure comes out on S4.
Dude, how do you get away with that?
I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, Nico Baby's looking for an opening here, but you don't have your
Look at this
roster.
ward in the base too. Just chilling down by those bottom racks.
Makes such a big difference.
If that stays, they're in so much trouble. They've already shown the dives they're willing to go for on this Legion several times, and like if anyone is here killing that creep wave, they're just gonna die.
9K gold lead now. 25 minutes in, OG, those couple of fights, and again, like, it's that BKB coming out from the Legion Commander in that fight down bottom and just not perfectly lining up those stuns together that ends up really putting the punish onto Alliance, losing S4. It's rough.
And, I mean, this could be the game. They have Ravage ready right now for Thompson. One more bad fight, and they can sweep through enough racks that it's just going to feel very, very difficult for you to come back on the side of Alliance. This build from Thompson, the creep waves just vanish, right, between Thompson as well as Sumail. This build's been gaining a lot of steam as well from pubs, like Ame's been playing quite a bit I've seen, where they just like get this really early Agnums on the core tide.
Find one. Can't get into no.
This stolen Fissure just like ends the fight,
yes,
you know?
It really does. Because you can't Linken's it. I mean, obviously BKB is good, but you're not quite there for Morph. Still a little ways away. Like this timing, you talked about thinking about how that fight looks different if Nico Baby has a BKB, and he just has to go away and farm it. He can't come and fight until that's online. It's too dangerous. Unless they're going to push for high ground, and then it's too dangerous not to do it.
Sumail is 7 levels ahead of Thompson.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Seb has 130 dual damage at this point in the game. Like, Nico Baby just has to go away and farm. There's not really another great option.
This is like how Thompson loves playing Dota, where he just gets to be this big body in front. Like, what are you going to do? They have no way to pressure Ravage.
Just losing racks right now. Alliance definitely on the back foot. This is 2 sets now down, and recognizing they can't fight without BKB. OG just controlling this game here.
I'm trying to find a way where this fight looks good for them. I guess it's straight up just has to be the BKB. That's the only answer, right?
Echo drops down a lot onto Seb. Isn't enough? No, it's not! And they get the dual victory. Seb gonna live through it. Oh, it hurts so bad for Alliance right now, as they will get chased down again. I mean, they're thinking about going in more onto Limp. Limp's in trouble. Limp is gone also. No mercy from the 2-time TI champion.
Did you see Thompson? He pump faked the Ravage to see if he'd make him pop his BKB, but Limp has buyback, so he's going to save it. Knew that he was dead, even if he went for it. I see, like, they were so close to hitting the timing they needed on Alliance, but that one mistake where they jumped by that bottom set of stairs near mid, I think that lost them like their comeback chance. Where they just lose 3 heroes for free, trying to get something, because they need, as we said, that BKB on Nico Baby is just necessary for them to play Dota right now.
Of course, this Legion Shard, it's such a great like gaming thing. You have this moment where like you can trap him in with the Ancients, you think you're going to be able to blow him up with the S4 Echo and everything else coming together, and it's just like not quite enough damage. Like if you blow up Seb right there, suddenly things feel better. But this hero, you know, sitting pretty with 24 armor and 2300 HP, it's too much to try and shoot through.
They're trying to take a fight outside their base right now, prepping Nico Baby early with the morph, and oh, he shows though. And Sumail, okay, he is feeling bold. That looks like a hero with an Aegis the way he's playing right now.
I mean, he has almost 4,000 HP though, to be fair. It's like, can they blow him up? This is, okay, just gonna press the attack, jump forward, Ravage gonna connect onto 3, S4 is gone, yet again, there's the duel, the chase down, it's enough for the kill. Nico Baby wants to get some havoc out there. He's gonna take down both of the supports and then try and run out of there. But in the meantime, you're just losing heroes left and right. Maybe a chance. Okay, Seb turns to fight, gonna punch away onto Hanskin. Has to get out of there. Now the chase down, Nico Baby waveforms through. Really good job playing through the vision here, as OG don't have any view of what's happening. Turn now, trying to bring down Seb. A couple more right clicks. Is it gonna be enough though? He's turning with a Paladin sword, doing too much damage. The Echo, it's enough there. Hanskin comes in with the scream. Nico Baby turning, trying to kill off Thompson, finds the kill, and now the jump in, but he dies in the air. Sumail is too strong. The king is back, and he's taking them all down one by one. FNG, the last one left alive, with the exception of Sumail in this game, as the right clicks come through. Come give me a high five. You also will die. Pretty play from OG.
Okay, Nico Baby needs to be like the one-man team, and he just did such a masterful job in that team fight, considering the situation they're in. But it is unbelievable how much they have enabled Sumail in this game. I mean, look at him.
He's so
look at he's playing. No fear whatsoever. His level is just, he's 18-0-5, guys.
Oh, God. Nico Baby forced to pop the BKB. He's still fighting Sumail. They pop the dust, run away. Lordy. Stolen Laguna Blade now. Things are looking rough for Alliance here in this game number 1. 20k gold up. It smells like you can pick up the neutral items. That's not my job.
This is going to be a game to go back and watch the distribution and the way that OG play that, and see if this is how they're going to start playing a lot of their games in the group stage. Because, like, Thompson, you know, of course he's used to being like a playmaker and everything, but I feel like this is an even heavier like disadvantage for him in terms of like the way he plays this Tide. Like, look how low he is on net worth, and it's fine. Crazy. It doesn't matter at all. He's completely doing his job. The whole point is that all of that gold is so much better funneled into Sumail, and the ramp up and the absolute ridiculous speed of XP that he got is crazy.
This hero's still very good in Dota, apparently. You know. The Clink still feels very strong. I think the sort of pedigree that people were giving this hero went down. Oh my God, they're anticipating the movement. Oh, Hanskin's dead as well. They're gonna get the D ward now. They knew that there was vision in this area. One last set of racks. It's a wrap-up right now, unless Alliance can make the biggest of plays. Looking for the fissure. Good jump right at the start. Can they find more? Blows up No-Till, and now the Laguna Blade out. Takes down S4 again, but they have a lot of time left. Jumps up in the air. Triple kill for Sumail. Nico Baby trying to get out of there, as they will attempt to chase. There's the TP out, but he won't have a friend to play with when they come up to the high ground. It was a valiant effort from Alliance, but GG called. And just like that, we're going to see OG take the first series. Unbelievable.
Oh, that was so good. Alliance, you know, this was not as one-sided as maybe it would look. I feel like you come back, you look at the stats and the score and stuff, you might think like, you know, Alliance coming out like worked or something here, but not really the case. They had a timing that they were trying to shoot for very clearly with this lineup between the Morphling and the Shaker. That was clearly their whole plan. And they almost had it. Very, very close. Not bad, especially for a first match. But OG on the other side, they also had a plan, and they fully realized their goals here with just getting Sumail off to an incredible start. What did he end on GPM? 845.
It's crazy.
968 XPM.
That's just crazy.
That's going to be like, that could be a record for the tournament, honestly.
21-0-6. Yeah, that might be.
What is it, like 1,000 plus is all we need? So I think that Sumail's getting there, right? I thought maybe a TA might be able to figure that one out or something.
I mean,
but
put him on those heroes, why not?
Wow. That looked pretty scary here. Things to change in game 2. I think the support duo for Alliance is very risky. Going Queen of Pain, Undying, the classic no stuns, right? That's where we wound up here. I think it's tough, especially when you're going to do that. No stun support duo, but your mid hero is also going, like, there was no Yules for the Lina. She went for, like, this very standard build of going, like, bots into BKB and then, like, maybe more damage items and everything. She went for a Shadow Blade, which was some later initiation, probably hoping to maybe do something about the Kraken Shell. They had no playmakers until the timing. You need something to buffer into that time.
I think that's what they needed, definitely. Something to buffer into. We're going to buffer into the next game now, so we get ready to head into that one. OG Alliance, the grudge match will continue. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll see you all on the other side.
Mukbang. Sumail mukbang. button.
And we are back in ready for game number 2. I'm trying to think if we would call that one like a stomp. It felt like the first 15 minutes or so were very close, and then it became like those little things that OG was doing that was building up momentum. Those little things, it snowballed into feeling like there was just no way for them to come back into the game.
There was kind of it felt a little stompy because there were essentially, there's two teams and they each have a game plan, but these game plans were actually extremely similar.
Yes.
They were both just trying to get one big mega carry.
Yeah.
And the mega carry on the Dire side on OG was much bigger than the one on the Radiant. And then there's kind of like a potential, of course, for the Morphling that the Clinks doesn't have, where you have these magical timings. Clinks is just a build-up over time. Every item just adds more and more and more and more. Morphling's like, and then giant jump when you actually get the Aghanims. Then, of course, another massive jump when you get the BKB. Unfortunately, he hit one jump, which brought him like just a little bit below, but they couldn't get the second jump. They got cut off at the knees, couldn't jump anymore, and they lost. I like having this table that I can just bang.
Why?
This is
What
good.
are you doing?
I don't know. Feels good.
Well, okay, that's fair.
I don't think I've had this at TI. I don't know. It's a nice, solid, sturdy table. So excellent.
You're gonna
Thank you
break
very
the
much.
damn thing. You're going crazy over there.
Well, games aren't starting. What am I going to do? I'm breaking tables.
That's
I don't
fair.
get the game starting.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if there were any updates about things that were changed. So it does look like there was, in the second time, obviously, you trade out.
well
So
done.
Alliance are going to be the ones that take second pick this time, and OG get Radiant. So same situation that we had
Yep.
last game. They're not switching anything up, feeling like, all right, we just got to either
Well-
execute better or ban out the Clinks. We'll see what
Well,
ends up happening.
They're switching.
Are they? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought that it was the other way
'cause,
around.
like, now Alliance have
That's a good
priority,
point, good
and
point.
they took the better thing,
I
which
see.
is second pick.
I see.
But the better side is still
Right.
Radiant, and so OG took Radiant.
Right, so the
Yeah.
old flippy did be do. How are you?
Flippity floppity. That's right. Yes, so that was coming into TI. I would say that would be my expectations because the Radiant is better. I think it plays better. It feels nicer to be Radiant. I like that when you play as Radiant, as the game progresses and you're winning, you start naturally play more on the opposite kind of side of the map. Like you play more in the enemy jungle. And so when you're Radiant, that feels really good.
Right.
You're playing like in that like triple camp up there, and then you fire back to Roche, and then you fire back to Ancients. That's all really nice.
Right.
Easy to control.
Well, what's interesting too about this last game, though, was it felt like OG was able to still make plays. Like I'm thinking again about that sort of bait that Alliance tried to lay out when there was the smoke that went down bottom, or what we thought was going to be a smoke that went down bottom. But at that point, it already felt like they were a little bit behind, and then of course not being able to get the BKB out on Morph for those like sort of really key fights, needing to go like to a large extent needing to go for that Linken's. It slows down the rest of those things, right?
Yeah.
Like it felt like Clinks was able to just do whatever Sumail wanted that game, and there wasn't really a sort of a thing that freed up Alliance in the same way because there's so many threats.
Dota's a lot easier when you have way more gold. It turns out, you know. I feel
It's
like
true.
that was just Sumail, just like living his life.
Yeah.
Like everything was just provided for him. Didn't really have any trials or tribulations, and he just kind of ran around on his side of the map, farmed up some creeps, showed up on the team, won them. I think the supporting cast of OG just like Sumail gets the star power and everything,
Right.
you know, because he comes into the end and sweeps up. And it is
Yeah.
important that you do that as Sumail because essentially his first 20 minutes. It's kind of like when you're the goalie to use a hockey. And you played goalie soccer. I'm sure it's similar. Sometimes your team is doing so well that the puck never ends in your end.
No, I never.
Okay, he didn't play on a good
experienced that.
team, obviously. But, you
I
got to stay
went
hot. You got to be ready for when you're called upon, you
Right.
can't be cold. You've just been chilling the whole game. Sumail's just chilling the
That's
whole
true.
game. And so when he's finally given the ball and says, all right, now that you're like 8 feet tall and everyone is like tiny little children, I need you to go dunk on some fools. He dunked.
You switched analogies so much
I
there.
need to
When
cover
they
as
give
many
the goalie
sports.
the ball and they go dunk it on the hockey rink, that's what ends
just-
up happening.
I'm trying to cover. I understand there's not a lot of hockey knowledge, all right? I'm just like trying to pick and
Can I-
choose. Isn't NBA the most global?
I feel like
Except for that
football,
thing with the
soccer
little.
still
Oh,
is.
he called it football. Don't
Okay.
pander to them. Call it what you
see
call
you,
it. He
Euros.
calls it soccer. All right.
I played for
Don't
17
pretend.
years. Can I tell you something?
Yeah,
I think I've said this before on broadcast. When I was in high school, the first game that we played competitively, I was the keeper, and we lost 0-17.
No, you
It
didn't.
felt real good. It felt real good.
You got. Did you wait? Did you get subbed out?
No. I blocked more than 17 shots.
Okay,
it's
that's
just that
to
there
be
were
fair.
17
All right.
through. That was
Wow.
the problem. What do you mean did I get subbed out? How would they sub me out? I'm the greatest.
Wouldn't it be- well, I mean, not if they scored 17. I feel like
That's
it can't
not
get
on me.
much
That's
worse.
on my team. Listen, that's like my team pick and pudge.
That is the most Dota player thing I've ever
Exactly.
heard.
It
Yeah, we
totally
get scored
is.
on 17 times and I'm the goalie, but that's not on me. That was my team.
It was my team.
That's
God
like,
dang it.
look, man, I bought all the wards as support.
Exactly.
One more, yeah, I didn't place them, but like I couldn't because like you guys wouldn't like get it on the map, so it's not
Exactly.
my fault that we had no vision.
You're speaking to a bunch of people that are all agreeing with what you're saying
That,
right now.
that is not good. You should not be agreeing with that, or else you're just one of these 17 scored on goalies.
And think about where I am as well. So we're going to get ready. We're going to actually tell them right now that we are ready in chat, so that way we can get the game underway. But Alliance versus OG. The other thing that we should talk about a little bit with that last game was that it felt like the Lina never really got enabled in the way that you would want. You talked a lot about the idea of like who's going to make these rotations and make moves, and it actually ended up being Thompson that found a kill in the jungle, which I think was our first blood at like 5 minutes or whatever into it. In the end, Limp only had 1 kill on the Lina. He was like 1-5 and something else. Laguna Blades, I don't think ever killed somebody. Like it was a rough game for that Lina, and that was the last pick. That was everything that you put into it.
Not to go off topic here, but do you have all chat muted or something? Why do we never see anything in the lobby? Are
I
we
don't
the
know,
only,
man.
why are we being
Maybe
told to stay
I'm
ready?
muted. Maybe they just don't know.
Did you ignore everyone in the admin as well?
Let me
Because
see.
like where they're just like,
The
well,
admin
are you guys
agrees.
ready? They're like, messaging us. I'm like, well, yeah, we are ready.
Yeah.
They're not saying anything though.
No, we're not.
But apparently it's coming soon, so that's the secret. But yes, I would agree that they basically had too many heroes trying to do the same thing. It feels
Right.
like there was no one who could actually make plays. And especially the most surprising thing is that I think S4 had a better than expected start to that game. in terms
Right.
of his gold and like getting the blink dagger and stuff.
There
you know,
were a couple moments that felt a little rough for him in that one.
Yes, 100%. Yes, the late game execution was poor.
Yeah.
Especially getting caught. Like the two very specific moments that essentially lost Alliance their chance to come back were based off of initiations by him, which sucks because
Yeah.
Earthshaker is not someone who necessarily wants to jump in first.
Exactly,
It's always
but there
better
wasn't
to jump in
another person.
second. Yeah, but he had to jump in first, and that's your job this game. So, condolences. But yeah, there really wasn't anyone else to do that, was there?
No, I mean, hypothetically, maybe the Queen of Pain, but like,
For vision. She
Yeah.
just blinks in and like, guys, they're
But-
casting spells on me. That worked a
Man.
couple times, to be fair. That's
It
usually
did,
how they won
yeah.
fights. Was like, I'm being dueled.
Right.
Go. Team, I found them. They can't get away from us now.
and I think that's part of the strength of that Tidehunter pick too. Because think about what those heroes are that you would normally fulfill in that role. It would be like the Ember or
Mm-hmm.
the Void Spirit or one of those others, and like that lane doesn't sound good against Tidehunter.
Well, the problem, too, was that the Tide was first pick. Well, Shaker and then Tide Rubik, right?
Yeah.
What was the answer to Tide?
Yeah,
There
they
was-
never had it.
There was zero answer to Tide. They had 4 heroes to do something versus Tidehunter, and Thompson gets to be level 15 while his Clinks is level 22 and still feel like a strong hero because they can't stop Kraken Shell. And if you can't get your BKB in time because you're forced into a link, it's like there's so many layers of why the strategy was so good. Because
Yeah.
he can't go BKB first because he's going to get dueled and died. So he has to go Lincolns. And then he needs an eggs, right? I'm a Morphling. I
Exactly.
need the
You
eggs.
have to have
My
it.
Shaker. So his item build was pre-planned just from the draft. There's not really much else that Nico Baby can do.
Right, and that's sort of the situation where those really good bands that came out from OG, the Shadow Demon, what have you, and it makes me think again like one of those situations where maybe you pick something like a Disruptor or a Doom or I mean that hero's all weird, but whatever. Like I guess that's the thing, right? Is that Tidehunter he presents a problem to you, and there was just never a solution that was presented by Alliance, and. We saw what ended up happening when that was the case, and then you Clinks could just do whatever the heck you wanted. So
And
was
that
having a great time.
was the case in game 1.
Oh,
But guys, we have game 2. The
Let's
draft is
check it
actually
out.
starting, so we're good. Don't worry. We got you. We got you coming up
Go
here with
draft.
heroes and some picks.
OG.
absolutely. As we get ready to go into this, I personally, I'm trying to think if there were any heroes that were banned out in the first phase that I really would like to see changed up in exchange for the Tidehunter.
Chen, Io, Monkey,
Tiny.
and Tiny.
Yeah.
That was our 4.
Right.
I don't know if I'd want to let any of those through. Those all sound worse than anything we saw.
It would be Chen Io, right? Those would be the 2 that you would let through for Alliance because it was Monkey and the other. So we're going to go into this one already. Monkey's still going to be banned, this time by Alliance.
Wow.
And Shaker gets taken out by OG.
Put some respect on his name.
Dangerous
They do.
Ibarra.
They banned the Shaker. They say, you know what? That was actually pretty good. That was a little scary.
And then the AA as well.
They want that morph option available. That
But
dude,
they've banned out the Shaker. So you're thinking the Willow then?
yeah, just just
Okay.
a good hero. Like for themselves, obviously, because I mean they
Right,
got an
right.
incredible morph player. I hear the guy's pretty good at it.
That's true. Not bad. And so
10
do we take
seconds
out the
remaining.
Tiny now, or do you think about taking out the Morph? I mean,
5
in a way, the
seconds
Shaker
remaining.
was...
Oh well, you have to ban the Io, but then they just get like it's not even the morph really. It's
Yeah,
more
that's
the
actually a
Io and
good
the
point.
Chen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so the problem is now they've entered a situation where they can't ban both. So they're either getting Io or
Legion's
Chen.
turn
So
to
they
pick.
don't bother banning either of them. They just ban
and now,
Legion.
are they going to take the other then?
I think Io.
Turn to pick.
Oh yeah, right. We still have Tiny. Oh my
Tiny's
god,
still in
dude,
there.
there's so much
Dang.
trouble.
So they take out the Legion. So now, if they wanted to, they could go Chen Io.
Turn to pick.
There's one.
Do they take the second?
That would be a little bit crazy. Are they that crazy? No. Okay, that's good. Take the Io and the Gyro.
I
All right,
know.
nice,
You mean
nice.
Morph in with AA banned?
Well, this is okay.
What?
Ayajero.
This is
Surely
okay.
they just
Yeah.
morph here, and now you've got Tiny Morphling?
Well, I mean, those are okay. That actually does sound pretty good. I'm trying to find something. That sounds
This
pretty
looks
good.
real bad.
10 seconds.
Does OG
okay.
want to do that, though?
But on the other side, Alliance took their Io,
5
right?
seconds remaining.
So the AA was banned. That's gonna feel pretty good for Alliance. They were practicing this Io later into the season,
Oh,
and they go for the big ET. This hero's looked very good lately.
interesting. Very interesting. I would be a little bit concerned. I'm surprised that they didn't go for the morph. But I guess what's the thought process there? You don't
10
have to take it right
seconds
now, and
remaining.
you're like it might be there later. I mean, I don't know. If you're
5
Alliance, do you ban
seconds.
that
I
out
think
now?
you really want Tiny as a 1 these days. I
Okay.
think that's where I
Okay.
want it. And then there's still the idea of 2 as
Right.
another one. And then 4, I think, is like the
Middle
third
Tiny.
thing that I want for Tiny. So
Right.
I don't think I'd want to open with like Tiny Morph, right?
Yeah.
Because then the Morph has to be mid.
Yeah, that's true. That's
know?
true. Okay.
I'd rather just like chill, let things go. I mean, you've got ET, so
They
it's
ban out
fine,
the
and
morph.
they do ban it out, and that's fine. Just because
10
they ban it doesn't
seconds
mean that OG
remaining.
made a mistake either, because there's just like the draft just goes down a different
5
path. They just want to
seconds
say,
remaining.
yes, we recognize that is good,
Yes.
but it's even better when it's later. So let's just get rid of it now.
Turn to
Hey, how's it
ban.
going, mainstream? Hope you all are having a great time out there. I don't know if they can still hear us.
Can you guys wave at us? We can see your faces in the bottom. So
don't
if you
think so.
hear us, I want you guys to wave.
Dude, we're causing trouble. I know it's going to
This
happen
is how
already.
I need to know, though.
No, they're
How else
not.
will I know?
It's fine. All right, so what do we have else here?
10
Tidehunter
seconds
banned out
remaining.
along with the Bat Rider and the Morphling. I mean, that's the
5
only one that
seconds
really
remaining.
scares me right now if I'm Alliance. You don't really need to worry about the Willow now. You don't really need to worry about many of the other heroes the Deuce have banned out.
Many of the others.
Well, like
that-
there's nothing that's like immediately apparent that comboed with these ones like
Uh-huh.
freak me out.
Yep. I'm so hot on Medusa. I think this hero's sick.
Okay.
It's got banned 2 games in a row now. I'm very
10
disappointed.
seconds remaining.
I think I have it for some of my predictions. I think she looks absolutely
5 seconds
terrifying. I think she's
remaining.
basically like Gyro, but a little greedier. So I think that she would definitely fit the way that OG are playing. But what about the Clinks? Is there any reason not to just potentially go back for that and like at least consider it with a tiny mid? Or it could be Thompson Clinks. He also plays that too. So if they're like ET wants to stack, that's his
Right.
life.
So the only thing that sort of makes me wonder about that is that if you are going to be playing like, then do you have Sumail play a more active Tiny at that point, or do you have Clinks play a more active Clinks? It doesn't feel like that's
Alliances
necessarily a
turn to
great
ban.
role for him. I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
Sumail really
okay.
likes those active carries where he
Bad.
can be a little bit more involved too. Like I don't think that they're just locked into like, oh, I'm gonna go farm camps
Yeah.
as the one and stuff like he did
Yeah,
as
that's true.
the Clinks.
True.
I do worry as to why he was playing so much techies though. I really hope that doesn't come into anything.
10 seconds
That was very
remaining.
concerning.
I could see that being
5
dangerous.
seconds remaining.
Another Death Prophet ban, so really bringing back a lot of the same heroes, and then just something a little bit annoying to play against in the Mirana, and out comes the Pangolier. So a hero that has been nerfed recently, and then got another nerf with the Echo Saber change too. So it's not bad. I mean, Echo Saber's still good on the hero. It's just not quite as good as it used to be before. But there's question marks, I think, of this hero because very flexible
10
across the
seconds
roles.
remaining.
But is it still good enough with all these nerfs?
5 seconds.
I mean, it causes some chaos. I will say, I was wondering if they're just going to Bloodseeker, and they do. God, that's, yeah.
I love how
That's
fast they just did that.
afterwards.
Me though.
Okay. We were talking about Snapfire earlier.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Didn't
The
it?
damage amp on those kisses is going to be deadly. The natural order combo together with it, that's pretty nice. And then they go back to the Slardar. When you were talking about heroes that you were excited to see, this is one of the ones that I was thinking of that actually sounds kind of cool.
Well, it's an IO, so
Yeah.
that's always pretty cheeky.
Actually,
right?
it's a Slardar, but
Well, thank you. Yes, it's an
problem.
IO lineup where you can jump with the Slardar
10
and zip
seconds
around together
remaining.
true.
and get a lot done.
So to me, at least, I
5
feel like that's the
seconds
type of
remaining.
hero that you really needed in the lineup from Alliance, right? You've got Chaos, you've got a big, strong carry in the Gyrocopter. You needed something to start the fight, and it needed to be able to be like not mess with the Pangos rolling, so the Earthshaker or what have you, but also be like a strong hard disable, and that fits perfectly.
So currently they're most likely set to be FNG5 Pango with the IO playing with the Slardar in lane, and Gyro is the one paired up.
Alliances
The other
turn
thing
to
that we
ban.
saw that we were talking about a lot in the pre-TI pub scenes, the IO with the Pango with the shard on the IO. You remember getting some stuns with the
okay,
rolls
all
through.
right, yeah, true.
That could be pretty cool.
Also, it could be a core IO with a position 4 Slardar. That would actually work really well with how the core IO functions.
And then
'Cause-
Gyro 4?
No. Gyro will be the 1. The
Oh,
IO
okay,
will be
got
the
it, got it, got it,
3.
got it.
The Slardar is the 4. Because the
Okay.
whole idea of this IO 3 is that you pick some 4 that, like, I saw IO Bloodseeker, right?
Right.
The Bloodseeker plays as a
10
4
seconds
because you can, like,
remaining.
zip around together, and Bloodseeker has really useful spells.
That's interesting.
You remember how the
5
core IO used to
seconds
work with Helm of the Dominator?
Yes.
And the creep, Slardar would be your Helm of the Dominator creep. He would actually function exactly the same
Okay.
as like a centaur. It's actually true. It's just an upgraded version.
Dude, I don't know if we'd be having. I don't know how I feel about S4IO. All right, Clinks is back.
I think that's the play. Like it just looks good. They just played it. You know they played on Sumail and Thompson. Don't back down. Go right in there.
They did. They went in. Oh, now if there's any benefit here, it's that Alliance have changed up their draft from last time. Like, we'll see if it ends up working for them this time. I like a lot of what Alliance is doing, but you're kind of greedy in a way, right? Like, Io Gyro want to farm, get their levels up, make all that fun stuff happen. Slardar needs a Blink Dagger. Pango can be active early. I feel like maybe you need somebody that can play with the Pango. We're assuming it's Pango mid right now, right?
No, I think it's Pango 5.
You think it's Pango 5? All right.
Yeah,
never
I think
mind
they're going
then.
to pick some other mid.
Okay.
That would be my guess right now.
So then what would be that type of mid that you would want? Maybe a puck?
They already well, it kind of depends on how they want to play.
Right.
Personally, I think that it'll probably just be the 3 Slardar and the 4 Io.
Okay.
And they'll probably just go for like another like active sort of a mid. You know, yeah, like your puck or something. Like, I mean, look at the bands like Storm Kunkka, that sort of idea. Void Spirit,
We'll win.
Ember Spirit looks possible. That lane sounds kind of awful though. They need someone that can kind of handle the idea of the Clinks there as well. I was looking through how well Clinks has been doing in the pub scene lately. He's been struggling against some pucks, you know, in terms of mid heroes, some Shadow Fiends.
Ooh, Shadow Fiend
because you're just
sounds
like
cool.
out farming in a sense.
I wouldn't mind Shadow Fiend at all. What about one of those heroes that can test the stacks? Does Clinks just take them too quickly that it's not? You can't even do that.
I mean, there's heroes that could do it, but let's go back for the Queen of Pain. And where is she going? Wait, we just have to wait it out here.
Okay,
It
I
will
like
be
that
limped.
way more.
Okay.
I like that way more.
All right, so it
Tops
is
and Tiny.
no surprises around the way, I guess. Well, except for I guess the question of who's taking it, Thompson or Clinks, so or
Right.
Sumail in terms of the Tiny. So yeah, I think with the Queen of Pain coming out, that
Dude,
that looks all right.
Hotel set. It's like a transformer hand. That thing's terrifying. I'm gonna grip you. I'm coming for you.
I'm gonna grip you and I'm gonna rip you.
Oh man, we sounded a little bit like Mr. T there. That was
Tosses them
dangerous.
asunder.
That's right.
Can he DMCS?
Probably.
I am Mr. T.
You know.
I don't know about you.
You really aren't.
Oh, nuts.
I don't think that.
I'll call him up and ask him if it's cool.
Okay.
You know.
You do that
Maybe he'll let me be Mr. T.
for a day.
Change my branding.
Wear a giant gold chain.
Think he'd send me one?
No.
He's probably got extra laying around. I can't imagine he only has one giant gold chain.
That's true. Although to be honest, I don't think that he always goes out wearing those clothes. Although it was stylish.
You know what? I think he probably does.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably fake gold, so it's lighter. Like, he's
Cool.
probably got the real gold for the good stuff, but
Yeah.
his everyday carry is just fake, you know?
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. You guys want to talk about Dota instead?
Let's get into it.
That sounds
Game
pretty good.
number 2, OG facing off against Alliance. Alliance trying to come back
Oh,
from
that's a lie down there. It says
disappointing
MVP last match.
one.
False.
Oh no.
I got an issue with that one, Valve.
Interesting. So apparently we have those predictions coming up every game. So I'll need to redo that console before the next one, so you don't see that little pop up there. Apologies to all the fine folks out there.
But don't forget to do your predictions.
That's right.
That's always good, right? You guys want to get some stuff.
True enough. So the quick run out by everybody, and Seb gonna do some high fives, dropping down the pins. We had a very interesting level 1 that happened last time, where Alliance were able to completely zone out OG and almost take down everything, which would have been pretty awesome.
Yeah, they went up with
talking to me?
3 of the 4.
Yes.
So that's pretty good with the deny on 1.
You talking to
Kyle
me?
has clearly paid off Sumail, because I know he planned on doing this.
Dude, and it's freaking Kyle's out there tweeting about it too.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what happens. He's like, all right, Sumail's like, all right, I'll spam your voice line if you tweet good things about me dunking as Michael Jordan. That's literally what happened.
It's quite the trade. I mean, to be fair, he did dunk on last game.
That's
it did
true.
happen.
30
Might happen again
seconds
in
to
this
battle.
one, depending upon how it all goes. Sumail starting at the game with a bunch of branches, has a stick to go as well. And we'll see if Alliance can come up with the answers, because it was definitely a struggle last time around. But well, I don't know. I have some hope, particularly with this Slardar Isle lane.
Yeah, I think to me, there's a lot more weight, even more on S4. Like, I think he played really well last game, and up until those 2 clutch moments, but like, at least he got to that stage, and then you, it's tough because you have to play off basically just Echo, right? Like,
Yes.
you can do your Blink Fishers and everything, and other than that, he's essentially a vehicle for the Morphling. But the Slardar, no long cooldowns, right? Doesn't have to worry about that, and it should make it easier for Limp to play Dota, which is really important. Because last game he had a very hard time transitioning that farm into actual usefulness for the team on the Lena.
That is going to be obviously very important. You know, I think some of that too, running around with the boots of travel first, it's sort of what you feel like you have to do, but needing to make those plays. And it's hard to do it into the Tidehunter as well. Oh man, I really hope that we don't just have those predictions come up all the time. But if we do, that's perfectly okay as well. As the missile is going to go out, and the quick kill on the missile too. Nice, little shredder value.
Every time they change. Perfect. Good stuff. Lanes, probably the most interesting one, I guess, would be the mid lane between like Thompson and Limp, right? This idea of just like, will Thompson push it too far? Or will Limp, right? There's definitely an opportunity there where you're like, you try and get too close to space for a scream, think you can get the finish after all the whittling down, and suddenly you just get blown up by Tiny, and you feel like an idiot. You know, that tends to happen to the Dota players versus this one. Excellent denies here from Limp. I mean, the guy is good at laning. Like, there's no doubt about that. Obviously, his mid and late game sometimes leaves something to be desired. It's a bit of a classic for him, but his laning is sick.
Definitely one of the strongest ones in the game, and will hopefully be able to keep up the good performance that we've seen so far from him. And likewise, Thompson has basically done what his team needed him to do every time, it felt like. And down bottom, getting a little bit of pressure on to S4 with No Tail, keeping those big punches in with the ET
Big
Spirit.
Daddy on the stage.
Oh, this is such a fun hero to play in lane. Like, ET it's like two different heroes in some ways. Like, I feel like there's so much about the hero in the laning stage that you have to learn as much as, like, a normal hero playing an entire match of Dota. Because there's just so many shenanigans you can do with this hero. With your Spirit, between, like, pulling the waves and, like, stopping them from pulling the waves by throwing out your Spirit. And then if you get the stacks, you get your bonus damage that you're throwing on top of them. For some reason, you can trade, like, nobody else at level 1 and level 2. Like, look at him with the aura in this. He's fighting two heroes.
Yeah.
That's two heroes for a Spirit, guys.
And it just doesn't matter.
He's done the
just
math.
so strong. And has the salve afterwards if things get a little bit too dicey. And in the meantime, up top, a very different scenario, but you can see that OG can kind of do a similar bowling strategy, but mainly by virtue of like throwing out this blood right and basically saying, you know, if you want to get these last hits, if you want to contest for ours, you're going to take some damage for it.
Yeah, FNG's actually so slow that he can't get out of the blood right. Like, he just got stuck in it by casting it right in the middle of him. He has to be running, like, right away when it happens, and Seb even running in there trying to contest his courier nearly gets it.
Careful, careful. Limp trading some hits there, keeping the punches now onto Thompson.
No Tail, got stunned, bottom.
Chance, and getting there, first blood.
The bashes are there. He got a little too bold trying to protect Sumail.
Wait a minute. More punches coming in now onto Sumail. The body blocks coming in on from the IO. Can they find themselves a second trying to get the answers? S4 down low. S4 gets the final touch and trading the aggro over afterwards. No Tail's angry about it. Wants to see if he can get some retribution, but won't be able to happen.
Great little micro spacing there from Hanskin between the blocking, but also getting in range of the tower. Because you saw Sumail was trying to get a trade there, and he almost got it on S4, even through the healing.
Radiant's top tower is under
Lots of
attack.
action early on here. The creep wave did end up getting ran through, so Seb will get there just in time to get some more of the last hits. But you can see a very scrappy battle amongst these lanes. Alliance starting it off, though, with 2 kills on top.
Miko Baby obviously had a bit of a rougher start last game. Kind of similar here as well. Already a gap starting to widen between him and Sumail.
Ooh, Thompson, Water Rune, Bottle dead.
That's
Limp.
That's 3 daggers. That is a lot of damage.
Ooh. Okay, okay. So Limp, after the frustrations, not being able to
top
find
lane.
kills, as okay, up top as well, going in all the way onto FNG, able to find one.
Nah, it was huge. All that battling, helping out Seb, obviously, right? Gets himself
Yes.
the move speed bonus, he can just chase down onto FNG, and you know that once he's gone for the swashbuckle, there's no way out.
And another round right there, you can see of Zuxa dropping the little shredder, killing the missile, getting some nice little gold income from that, and then salving up afterwards. We haven't really talked about that much, but there is already a couple of stacks being built up by the IO here into the Dire Triangle. So that's going to be a nice little chunk of
Very
change
nice.
later.
Yeah, only gets the 1, unfortunately. Not quite able to get the second. That's fine. Got the Ancients. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah. Ooh, Seb taking some damage here. Slowed down, looking for a finish. Can they bring him down all the way, though? Yes, they will. Nico Baby gets the kill. 4-1 start. And down bottom, also looking for more. No Tail in trouble. Gets bashed, gets killed. Another one.
Threw out the tip as well. Nico Baby. They're answering back in game number 2, and S4 is just terrifying. With the gloves of haste now, and this bracer just keeps on turning up the damage. And the problem with ET, of course, is that you don't really have a choice. You kind of have to just keep throwing in the spirit and trading, because once you give up that fight, then they're just going to hit Sumail. And like his gold's not going to look like this, right? It's not going to be at 32 last hits like he is now. So even though it kind of looks like No Tail's feeding a little bit, it is important feeding.
True.
Nonetheless. And he even gets another stack onto the small camp here. So he's boosting up his damage. And okay, never mind. He's a little bit early.
Happens.
Dire
Scan
are
now.
scanning.
Recognizing they're in the area, and Topson was able to bottle the arcane, so Limp realizes that's happening. Does have level 6, almost level 7 now too, waiting to see if Topson comes back, and is going to contest for anything here as more damage getting thrown out up top. FNG down low, Cookie afterwards,
Cookie.
a couple more punches. Bloodright forces FNG to the right-hand side, and with the salve up
Jukes.
afterwards, down low, Sonic Wave not on the mark! Oh, but Seb's still going to go down. He hit onto Soxa, though, and Nico Baby chased down. Doesn't have quite enough mana or time.
How
onto
is he
that
still
Cookie.
alive?
Well, goes for the deny. Not quite going to be there in time. Limp again, making huge rotations in this one. And Topson also up here, but not able to connect.
That delaying by Soxa almost got Topson a kill. That would have been unbelievable.
S4, down low. S4 gets the kill, though. Sumail wants to finish him off with a little bit more regen. It's not going to be enough. Onskin backs out as well. Dude, it is a brawly game here in this number 2.
It's not over.
More?
He went for the combo on Nico Baby, but they threw the missile on Topson to make sure he wouldn't get the follow-up after. And No Tail even throws out the tip to S4. Says, haha, nice trade. All that for me.
8-2 in terms of the kills, but still the looming threat. Top net worth is Sumail.
You know, it's happened again. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
Like, he's, sure, my support's feeding, but you know why he's feeding? He's feeding me, all right? You might think that you're getting the kills. He's the one who's getting rich. Sumail's absolutely massive right now, and Nico Baby just kind of struggling. He's gone now to the mid lane to fill a bottle.
Radiant's
That's not what your carry player wants to be doing.
Yeah, that doesn't feel great, does it? I mean, again, there's a nice chunk of change that's built up here with the ancient stacks eventually for this gyrocopter, but you need to be able to get there and finish him off. And if you're not careful, you lose a bad fight. Suddenly, you know, maybe Sumail can come on in there and try and sneak him away.
It's all they're thinking about that right now, right? Like, Hanskin just planted there for so long to get those stacks. Nico Baby's going for the stats build, no Rocket Barrage or anything, so he just wants to hit stacks in a while here. Meanwhile, No Tail is just hiding down bottom, trying to get caught by S4. S4 does not have a Quelling Blade, so it's not super easy to catch where No Tail is right now. Does ping out exactly where he's standing, so he knows.
He got the natural order debuff on him.
Yeah.
And that was what signaled it, so they know he's there. And Limp is going to go find him. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Quick little jump in. Slept, but can't walk
he doesn't
past
have TP
him.
either.
Oh, no. Giving him the tip. Yeah, there's no room there. Queen of Pain's model's just a bit too big.
Up top as well, though, FNG tries to get a jump out of the Bloodright, not able to get it. Silenced and done.
The chase down is there as OG able to find one in exchange. Topson in Vizrun, but is Limp able to be killed? Sox is here, has the cookie, Avatos, big combo, Limp gets the blink away! Barely able to escape from that, and S42 will manage to get out. Wow, what a combo. I can't believe he was able to get out of there.
S4's turning up, TI time, making the saves.
That's right.
Helping his ally out. Now, of course, that means Seb's a madman right now. Every time someone else is getting a low, but FNG is feeling safe enough to show under tower because there is no rupture at the moment.
Okay. Safe. They were able to clear out the large camp for Nico Baby, but haven't decided to take on those Ancients yet.
Wow. Okay, all right, good.
Topson's
pretty poor again.
Yeah, he's not having a great time on this Tiny.
Well, I think they're just doing it again.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, this is what they want. This is Topson is I think lowered himself in terms of farm priority for this this series at the very least.
Well, and it's interesting too because you're starting to see like the differences in style. And is this 4 Protect 1 going to end up working as Seb getting rolled on a little bit? FNG missed there at the end. Avalanche toss. Topson. I mean, this is pretty bold of him. Takes off that corrosive haze, and then the back away.
It's so interesting because I feel like, I mean, this has always been how they played, right? It's not
Yeah.
that, but I just feel like it's been pushed to a further extreme. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I feel like Thompson's usually like a little bit closer to the other two.
Relocate in. Toxa.
Oh, the Vools?
Oh,
they couldn't
well
do
played,
it.
Sumail.
Oh, he got it nice.
Yeah. He was able to get there in time, and will be stomped, but then the relocate's going to pull him back. So they don't get the kill. Nice deny comes out there.
One of my boys, the Vools, to do it. You know, I know you love the Vool assassins.
I do love the
Big fan.
Vools.
Yeah,
Fools are pretty cool.
they'll get a couple kills this event, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Thompson taking the top tower right now with the help of a catapult, though, and doesn't look like there's going to be a contest here from Alliance. We are on the item waiting train. So these are all the problems that you expect from the Earthshaker. Unfortunately, they also get bundled a little bit towards the Slider as he needs to wait for that Blink Dagger. In this game, however, he does have the IO. So that is something where they can at least try and create some plays and opportunities utilizing the relocate, as well as just the general speed.
Oh, Sumail.
These cookies.
Yeah, there's no way out of this one. Nico Baby just gets demolished there. Throws out one more cookie afterwards.
He question marked as he walked into the Earth Splitter.
Are you kidding
Okay,
me?
to be fair,
Dude,
to be fair,
TI, he was going to die no matter what.
no, to be fair, he did tip him in lane.
That's true.
He tipped him in lane, all right? That was a taunt to get bodied, true combo.
Dude, to be honest though, IG started all of this. There's some things going on. There's a little bit of saline flowing in the bloods. I don't have Peter here, but in spirit.
S4 gets a lot of space up top,
Ooh.
though. This kind of stuff you need.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's a ping.
Wait a
That's
minute.
like,
They
oh.
know. They know.
This is so dangerous when you just can't farm them with anyone else. Like,
Oh god, this is dangerous.
dude, they're coming for
Dude,
these.
this is looking really. If Alliance lose these, they're gonna lose the game. It feels like they know that they have to show up and fight this one.
Sumail's just like drooling.
He's so ready. No Tail gonna get caught. Is there another question mark coming out? Down low, S4 dead. Now Alliance trying to find themselves a little bit of a turnaround here. Seb is running away from the missile so quickly. He's barely able to back out and keep Nico Baby from dying, but will he end up dying himself? The right clicks come through. Thompson diving under tower gets the finish. The easy tag comes out. Seb just still running around like a madman. The only one left is Nico Baby, and look at your Ancients. Oh my god, are they going to come take them all?
Oh, Thompson's getting that one. He's like, nice. I've been so
Oh my
poor.
God.
Thank you. Now he can finally get over top of S4 on the net worth chart.
Dude.
Man, those are a target. They want to get some vision in there, knock down the tier 1 tower, and that's going to make it a lot less safe for them to go there. And look at the circle from Alliance. FNG saying we need to secure our triangle right now.
Yes.
Like, that is our bank. That is our chance right now to try and get this gyrocopter somewhere relevant.
Yes.
We cannot lose that.
Well, and the thing that's interesting about OG also is that they're just going into fight. Like, Sumail's not coming to take them. He's farming his own stuff
he'll
and
be
saying,
there.
we're going to go and, like, just stop you from taking them and cause chaos while Sumail keeps farming. Like, that's what it feels like. They're not actually even, like, fully committed to taking them themselves. They're just wanting to stop Alliance from doing it.
They've scanned, too.
Yeah.
They know. Oh, no, he's coming. He's coming. He'll make his way over here.
Well, that's... I mean, even if he doesn't, like, this is all great, I think, for OG still.
Oh, good ward.
Nobody's doing anything.
From Sox as well. Sees what they're doing. All right, they're going for it.
Now they're trying to take him as quickly as
Cookies?
possible.
Kisses?
Go, baby. Gotta be careful.
Oh,
Moving
oh,
in. The big steal. How many come out? Oh, a couple there for Sumail, but they're trying to force the fight. FNG, he's getting roll. Is it going to be enough, though? Thompson down low. The kisses afterwards. A good chunk of damage. On the from No Tail does so much damage. Gives him the high five. Oh, let it be so and let it be said. OG just absolutely wrecking another huge win. Dude, how much damage did that Earth Splitter do?
That was so nasty. Thompson tossed S4 up top into the Earth Splitter as that went off there, too. That damage has got to be all Earth Splitter.
Oh,
that was
my
3
God.
heroes just getting cracked in the middle of that thing. And that not really something you look for as the level 1. That was the big damage.
Oh, another round here as Alliance. They need to come up with answers. They didn't lose all the Ancients, but it feels real bad right now as they'll get stomped yet again by No Tail.
It's such a similar situation to the last game.
It is.
Like, they've got this gold lead on OG, and now we have these big item timings that we sort of need right now. And that's going to be a BKB for S4. He's got the blink, right? He can farm his way there with kills to bring the rest of his team back into this game. And here's that replay. You can see Nico Baby, actually, he does all right. He gets a little bit of gold from this, but so many of them get stolen.
It's true. And devastating play as the roll came out, and then, of course, as you were talking
Look
about,
at that toss-up.
In just hits onto everybody.
And it makes Seb so fast, right?
Yes.
You're getting a max HP percent minus off for a Bloodseeker.
True. There's a relocate gank that we missed while that was happening.
That's okay.
Thompson ended up getting brought down. So certainly not the end of the world.
He got relocated and stunned, and they right-clicked him, and he died.
Yes.
There's the recap, guys. I got it.
Nailed it. Atos down. Skin in some trouble. S4 backing away as well. Looks like they're going to be fine. So
I like this, the triple crown build. This is how you win 3 TIs, all right? So he's sending a message with his item build. The
Ooh.
triple crown,
I like
Atos
it.
into Veil.
That's good.
Like,
that's good.
That's genius.
Dude.
Seb's on a whole other level, all right?
He's
this guy
PMing with his
operates
items
yeah,
now.
Like he says, we've done taunts, we've done sprays. Has anyone done items? You guys drop your items? I'm just going to buy them thematically.
Oh, that's so good.
God, his brain's so huge.
He needs to buy
And all
handful
that
of
with just
intelligence.
one eye.
That's the way
How
to
does
do
he
it.
do it?
I don't know. That's the pirate man indeed. It's a pirate life for me.
I've asked. Do you think we should just approach him with pirate terms if we see him?
No, I don't think he would like that.
I think he's laughing.
I don't
he liked
think we
it.
should approach him.
Also
he's going to
that.
kill us probably.
That's
Everybody
true.
that shows up
You'll
in
look
front
like
of him
that.
dies.
Yeah, they get Atos, they get silenced, and away they go.
12 to 14, 16 minutes in, and a 5,000 gold lead. And Alliance, again, you know, nothing's impossible. Teams make mistakes. It can happen. But right now, Sumail is 4,000 net worth ahead of the next highest in the game. And guess what? That's also his teammate.
Oh, and Sox's cookies have been so good. He makes this look broken. Like, this isn't a hero that I would say is widely considered to be, like, mega strong or anything at the moment, right? Like, she's had her times in the meta and everything. But so many of these cookie plays in the early game were just absolutely stellar.
Well, and it's
Big
interesting,
comeback
too,
is
because you know, just taking that
let's
one
go.
value point Little Shredder, getting that Solar Crest afterwards, this could be good, though. Can they bring them down? Sonic Wave connects onto both. The relocate coming forward, wanting to find the finish. Will they be able to bring down Sumail? This is the kill that they need. They take down the Snapfire, but also
Huge.
get the Clinks. That is exactly what they need. Earth Splitter off the mark.
I
OG
think they
have to
might
be
wanna
careful.
chase. Yeah, there's a big temptation for Alliance right now. Because they know that everything's been spent from OG, right?
Yo, that was huge. That was everything that they needed and a little bit more. It's now a 3,000 gold lead,
Look at
and
Thompson.
I mean, you don't have. This is all the net
That
worth
was
already
so
gone.
greedy, dude.
Thompson is crazy and gonna pay the price for it. OG again, a little bit too big for your britches here.
He was thinking, like, if I see them, though, I can blink away. I'll be fine. He was almost right, but gets a bit of a bad blink there. And picked off there. And that lead is just getting absolutely sliced. And I love this. No cooldown Dota. No
Yes.
Echo Slam to worry about. They just instantly smoke. They want someone else. They're trying to catch OG when they're a little bit, like, tilted. Not necessarily mentally, but more like, oh, we don't have quite all of our tools available. And they got him right on that bounty room.
Knew where he was gonna be.
Counterplay?
Finds the finish. Sumail thought about running in there. Has the cookie. Has the Mortimer's Kisses even.
They want someone other than FNG. FNG looks a little bit free, I think. And, well, in the end, that might mean they don't even get him. No, he's dead.
Okay, Atos done.
Yeah.
Give him the whip.
He
give
was
him
a
the
no
punch.
matter what dead. That They
Yes.
were kind of hoping for, like, the and one kill.
Right. And that ends up being a little bit weird too, right? Like trading support for support, but I guess again, if you're trading and you're behind, it's going to be beneficial. And Alliance, this is all time for Nico Baby to farm and start to try and catch up to Clinks. Like this early acceleration, this like rapid growth that you see, and Clinks getting where he needs to be is good, but if Gyrocopter starts to catch up, that's a problem. This hero is dangerous.
Takes so long, though. I mean, he is getting there. Now, obviously, it's massive when you do get the Ags, but right now he's in trouble. Has to be
Relocate.
relocated out, which means, of course, that it's a sacrifice, but it's one that Hanskin's willing to make.
Yes.
Definitely don't bring him back with you, though.
Didn't even go all the way back to
Hanskin?
base.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
jeez, I was getting a little bit worried there.
you know, make a joke saying, I'll bring you back.
I'll do it.
Don't think I won't. You better buy that BKB.
Radiant's are fortified.
They've got it done now. So yeah, going in towards that Aghanim Scepter next. And S4. Again, this was the big timing that they were looking for last game, was all those BKBs from Alliance that they just never got the chance to get. Now the question is, can OG put the screws to them? Can they try and like close down the map a little bit?
Yeah.
They don't have the same access to Roche that they did have last game. And like, or rather, they didn't get the early Roche that they got last time game, and so you know, it's getting a little bit dicey here.
Yeah, there are definitely some issues once again with like spell immunity and everything though. Like this idea of just like how valuable is the BKB, right? You know, OG have some tools that can still punish you, especially they can just like potentially leave the fight, right? They want to like rough you and run away. Seems like they definitely have ideas about itemization in mind of their heroes.
5-man smoke. Sumail gonna run forward. Has the DD reveal here. Ah, yeah, they see him. And Stomp's gonna come out. Has the Atos connecting. And dead FNG, but that's position 5.
Double.
Thompson's hunting.
Looks like Rest of Alliance should get out. S4 and Limp. Again, there's a relocate potential here if they find the wrong heroes. And now they're gonna go into Roche. Oh, this is nice from OG if they
look
can
at
get
that
this.
Solar Crest. There's so much minus armor right here.
Yes.
This thing is just gone.
S4, do you dare? I don't think so.
I would hope not.
It'd be cool though to see a big play.
Limp lurking nearby.
Oh, this could be a kill maybe. Relocate on top? What do you think?
Yeah, with the obs being there, it looks very tempting. Almost looks like Sox is kind of big. I think Limp is wondering where the rest of OG is.
Right. That makes sense.
Doesn't want to risk it. Obviously, that's what happened last time, is that they were starting to make the comeback. They made a couple bad attempts on pickoffs that weren't really safe, and they lost both of them and kind of lost their momentum back into the game. Speaking of momentum, that's very good. Gold-wise, get some more stacks back into our gyrocopter here on the side of Alliance. They're going to feel good about that.
After that warm-up game, it feels like Limp is definitely on the right track this time. 5, 2, and 6 had a much better early game, and then has transitioned that into snowballing for some kills. Potential here. Soxa spots him, but they jump right away. Sumail got vision on him. No-Tail tries to go for the stomp, but the BKB is out. Now seeing if they can bring down No-Tail, but the turnaround, Sonic Wave, they kill off Soxa. Roll through, FNG in some trouble, tries to live. Hanskin keeping him alive, has the relocate away in a second and gets him out. Man. Blink away from S4, so the Atos not going to connect. OG.
Wow, that was nice.
Man, close, 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 but it is going to be pressure onto this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, Hanskin using the Holy Locket charges, though, just to actually get the save there when FG had to jump through with that Rupture being on top.
Definitely not out of it. And in the last couple of minutes, you can see the efficiency of farming from Alliance. It's brought it down to less than 1,000 gold, separating these two teams. But it is a tier 2 tower taken, and now the outpost. With the Aegis in hand, OG, they're the ones that are still in the driver's seat, as we do have a pause.
Shame.
Some issues here. The shame from No-Tail. Always a shame when a pause comes out.
It looks like we have a shard there as well for Sumail.
Oh, very interesting. And it does look like, at least for the moment now, it's going to be a pause. We'll have to see what ends up happening.
We could do a camera and get rid of the predictions. That's what I was thinking.
A camera?
Like, come to us, and then we could do the...
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get rid of the thing, or if we have like a wait screen, we get rid of the predictions on the side for everyone.
We're going to have our producer help us out here for a second. Oh, you're so wonderful.
Well, okay. Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
There's so much behind the scenes stuff that's happening that we just love to have happen.
It's okay. Yep. Go for it. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
One light's good.
I just need to make sure that I get the proper input in there, because we want to make sure the predictions are good. We'll let you know.
This is TI After Dark. All right, guys? We only have one of the two lights on. All right? You're getting a special look behind the scenes here.
Exactly.
Now, what you guys don't know is that when we're not on camera, there's actually a monitor right here. I'm telling you guys all the secrets, okay? You came to the right spot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, we totally fixed this issue. So when the camera goes away, I have someone who runs over here and puts a monitor back on top of the table. That's the lengths we go for you guys to have the best broadcast possible.
The best ones that you
like
can
Lyrical,
possibly have.
Trying to remember as hard as he can what the console command is right now. He's just going through. He's just like, what is it? A prediction?
It
Hide?
won't let me do it.
It won't let me do it.
Because you have to have done it at the start of the game. Otherwise, it stays there forever. So
really
I think we're going to go back into the game
Okay,
now.
we can go back into the game now. And this was a pointless exercise where I made our producer work for nothing.
You did a good job.
안녕.
Oh, man. What a time. What a time to be alive.
Just know I did it for you, everyone.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think that you did it just to make life harder.
I just
for
wanted
our
to see
lovely
my
man
face
here.
a little bit more. That's all.
That's true, too.
I'm very vain. Why do you think I keep having so many children?
Is that vanity?
Yeah, I think so. That makes him.
It's like the world could use more of me.
Exactly. And how can I achieve that? I mean, it's not quite. It's only half of me. Like,
right.
Yawn. But anyway.
We're going down a rabbit hole that we don't want to go down.
Okay,
here.
how about back into this beautiful game of Dota? Because this one's really tight. This is a very hyped game. And what do we have left? Right now, we have 3 minutes of an Aegis left on Sumail. They just claimed that top tower. That feels very good. What would you like to do right now with 3 minutes of Aegis? Probably cement your vision and take the tier 2 mid would be a good goal, I would say, as OG. That sound about right? Make sure that your next Roche is going to be really easy.
That seems reasonable.
Play the top side of the map. Keep control of Roche. Those are good goals. You know what I'd love to see? I'll tell you. I'd like to see a gem from OG. Because I think they're doing great. But the main problem, the way you lose these games, is when the enemy gets some very good vision. And look what Alliance have done. This vision around the triangle is actually very nice from Alliance. We saw the attempts on the relocates, right? These are predicated off of having deep vision.
Yes.
So you get a gem, you eliminate these opportunities that they try and go for with the IO plays.
I guess the other thing to think about with this one, too, is, like, where you want to go with, like, do you need to think about forcing high ground? Do you feel like you sort of win the late game scenario regardless? And that's going to be something of, like, how quickly do OG want to try and keep this pressure on and all that good stuff. But it does look like they are ready to get back into this game and just waiting for the AOK. Sumail says yes. And we are good to go. Again, the grudge match continuing. And in these instances, you know, the difference between going 0-2 and going 1-1 is huge in the group stages for both teams. Like, going 0-2 means it's pretty freaking hard to get into the upper bracket, I feel like. And 1-1, you can still keep those dreams alive, obviously. I think even with 0-2 you can, but it's pretty unlikely. And likewise, if you go 2-0 at the starter groups,
Feeling good.
easy peasy.
That's where you want to be. That's it. That's all you had to do.
Just keep doing it.
Just win. You know,
If you
that's always
just
the
win.
easy advice.
If you win, then you win TI. Sumail.
Chase down. I mean, he's fearless right now. Like, if you can't get a good objective, forcing a bad fight is always a good goal with an Aegis, right?
Oh, wait, did it cancel it? Oh, he didn't have TP. Oh, he's in trouble. TP out. Relocate. That was weird.
Easy.
He wanted to make sure that they got Nico out of there. So Hanskin will die. And it looks like they also managed to TP out with the Queen of Pain. So Io, going to pay the price. Ends up being brought down in the end by the big bad Clinks. Think we're going to see this hero banned a couple times?
Yes, versus OG. After these two games, 100%. Win or lose this game, it still looks crazy the way that they're playing it, right? It just seems to be like the perfect carry right now.
FNG.
I love that he can clear the camps without needing to stack, but he can still farm stacks.
Yes.
So like you can see that he's utilizing this this loss on the 15% by just like clearing the camp sometimes at the minute mark. But if a support's going by, they can still stack it up for you, and it's really easy to farm.
Whoosh.
Booted.
Whoosh.
Rupture.
Whoosh.
Gonna BKB, try and TP out, and S4 will make the escape. But you can see OG putting the screws right now to Alliance, closing out the areas. Right now, Alliance don't feel like they can fight, particularly with the Aegis almost going to be reclaimed in a minute and a half. So how much extra damage can they get in on OG before that Aegis expires?
You know, that's an interesting thought too, is that now they can actually see that, right? Like we know that they have the timing these days.
Oh, Nico baby. Get healed up afterwards. BKB comes out. The back away. Oh, Sumail almost able to connect there. S4 going to throw out the Corrosive Haze. In the meantime, Limp just continuing to farm, trying to get in towards that AC, but it's another tier 2 tower down. And that's all of them across the map done.
That's goals. That you know, you can be completely happy with this Aegis. And they have time. They have a full minute.
This is OG though. I don't know if they're ever completely happy unless they're in your base. And that's one kill inside of it.
All right, don't look. Let's guess FNG's deaths. I haven't looked.
6.
I was gonna go 7.
Okay.
All right, what do we got?
9. All right. That's his lot in life right now. But look at this. OG just going up high ground. And I mean, again, this is 30 seconds until Aegis is going to be reclaimed, but they're getting in every little bit of action that they can in the meantime.
And we talked about the minus armor. Look at the plus armor they're just throwing on top of them, right?
Yeah.
Even nice. I love the solar and medallion. It's so cheesy looking.
It is. It's super valuable. And when you've got a Slardar in the game, it's what you need.
They got the Daedalus courier.
That's important.
That's awesome. All right. I guess he wasn't that close next to it. I mean, I guess 800 gold is not that far for Sumail, though, to be fair at this point, with the speed at which he's farming.
This game is looking very hard for Alliance, but you can see that there's some avenues here, some ways that they can get back into it if they can get those items online. And Nico Baby has the Aghanim Scepter done.
I think the shard on S4 is a really cool tool, because one of the problems is that you're seeing he has to initiate on Sumail in some of these circumstances, and he's always going for the Corrosive Haze and then crushing. Because if he doesn't have his bash prep, that's kind of his only choice, right? Because he doesn't want to just get away with invis or like have to worry about it after, and obviously they need the damage at this point because he's so tanky. So you get the shard, and that way you get the guaranteed ultimate on top of him right away.
It would be really nice if we could see Alliance try and go for a play before Sumail's courier comes back. Like, he's, what, 5,000 gold up right now?
They actually just scanned the Dire Triangle, and it was green.
Okay.
But Alliance are in there right now, so this could go a little poorly for OG.
Whoa.
S4, wait, team? So
Thompson?
alone right now. What?
He is mega in there. Just
they're trying to relocate, but it's too slow.
And like that limp, he's going to get Ava tossed and killed, and this was the fight that they had waited so long for. And it's just not going to happen for him. I mean, they're going to relocate out of here. Don't even get the kill onto Saksa. Oh, man, that was just a little bit of miscommunications happening.
Limp just got slept. He got slept into Avatos, and he just died.
Oh, man.
No BKB. That's the disaster mode right there.
S4 was in, and it was just not in the place that he needed to be for that fight. They had just finished this Aghanim
Here's the
Scepter
thing,
done,
is
too.
they had that ward, right, in the Radiant jungle,
Yeah.
and they were all smoked. So good thing OG didn't buy that gem and de-ward that, or Alliance wouldn't have felt safe trying to make that play.
Oof.
Another reason I'm here.
Wow, 10,000 gold. And again, it's like these moments where you sort of build up this anticipation of something that could end up happening. Finally a fight where it goes well for Alliance, and then
look at that.
just falls through their fingers.
The Aghanim's on Seb too.
They're getting all the items now.
He's had a fantastic game.
He really has.
He's been extremely high in the net worth through the majority of this game. Only recently has Thompson actually had a chance to like kind of make his own way back up there, because Seb's sort of been like less involved on the farming side, not as present like in the lanes. Whereas like Thompson gets up to the Echo Saver, now into the full-on Aghanims too. I love Tree Volley.
I don't know if that was a double smoke or not, but regardless, the smoke, they don't have S4 in it. I don't know what happened right there. Now Sumail comes out, finds Limp. It feels like it's falling apart. Can they blow up Sumail? BKB, run away. The Tree Volley goes out immediately. They have to freaking TP out of there. Hanskin's going to be controlled. They take down S4. Now seeing if they can find the kill on the IO. The missile is going to chase down out of there. They managed to get out on the IO at the last second, but just nothing going the way that it needs to be right now for Alliance. And OG looking clean as can be.
Look at Sumail. He just stands so far back and lobbing this into the towers.
What an interesting spray to drop down there is, oh man. OG looking for the tier 4 towers now, what, 15 seconds away from everybody being back alive on Alliance. It feels like they haven't even gotten the chance to take a fight. They know that there's no BKB available on Nico Baby. He just has to sit there and take it, relocate back. Limp gonna get Avatos, gets the blink away, but the towers are falling. OG throwing the Tree Volley into the fountain. Where's the answer? Alliance don't have it.
They're not done, though. They want to keep fighting. They're smoking out. They see an attempt here.
Oh, God. Is it going to work? I mean, they just blink away. Alliance, nowhere left to go.
One second for
Volley
BKB.
is dying. Oh, he just drops. No BKB available. Literally Murphy's Law of Dota happening right now for Alliance and OG. Are they going to be able to back out of there? Nico Baby trying to chase in. Can they take a good fight finally? Saksa down low, tries to pull them out further. But Alliance, have they done enough? Can they do enough? The right clicks come through. Sumail blows him up. Nico Baby down low. They break the tether. It didn't work. Thompson was able to jump in and snag him. Oh, what a play coming from Thompson at the last second. As they chase in, looking for more. Seb continuing to find him. They only lose one in that snapfire. The mass tips come out as there's still some salt in the veins from earlier in the season. OG looking to end this one emphatically.
There were some moments there where they were close in that team fight, but Thompson just absolutely shredded any hope that they had at the end there with the big plays. And now the chase down continues. This kind of looks like a little bit of a beatdown at this point. They're still going to buy back on Nico Baby. Again, not going to give up. They have the heroes with some potential, of course, right? You know, you never know what can happen with the gyrocopter. You have the IO. Some Rapier Dota, perhaps, a little bit on here, but I'm a little surprised. that they're still playing this out. I'm not going to lie.
There's not a 0 at the end of that number down there.
No, it could be a while until there's a rapier, for sure.
True.
But Alliance clearly saying we want to play to that. We're not going to give up yet. Even almost looking like they want to smoke here.
OG are going to be the ones that smoke, and ready to head on in. Or head back towards the Roche, because in all that fight, I mean, so there is a Roche available.
Yeah, they're going.
Alliance.
Radiant are
Smoke
scanning.
breaks,
All right.
S4. Good crush. Onto 2. And ruptured, and in trouble. Cookie tries to back away. S4's dead again.
Buddy.
He has been on the struggle. And now the chase forward. Slept. Another round of the Earth Splitter comes through, trying to roll out, do what they can. FNG, there's one shot coming out from the Clinks. Hits the roll on to Seb, but nothing else left in the tank. As it has just not worked Alliance's way in this game number 2. OG, the last couple of minutes, it's just fallen off a cliff or risen up a mountain. As OG turn their sights back onto the Ancient now. It's going to be a
They're not
long
even
day
gonna
of
let 'em.
Dota.
Yeah, they want to hurry it up.
Yeah, they're feeling ready. As the Ancient is getting ready to fall, Alliance still not willing to back out of this game. Want to give it one last go. As Nico Baby runs in, Sonic Wave afterwards, dies to the right clicks. Nico Baby in trouble. He too will fall. And there's some GGs happening eventually in the end. As OG gonna end this one 2-0. Very, very solid performance.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful stuff here from OG in both games. A very clear strategy and frankly, not necessarily a very complicated one. They just play very good Dota. That's right.
Well, what else can we say about this one? Just looking through some of these stats, the graph, I mean, it always kind of felt like, I mean, there was moments where the game was getting played and there was like a battle happening, right? But by and large, like once you got to those couple of big fights, and specifically that, like once they got Roche, it just felt like the game was so impossibly hard for Alliance. I felt like Limp played a much better game, though. I think that he was kind of a standout for a while there.
I would say he did. I think that, unfortunately, a lot of the same problems seem to persist. I'm like looking at the lineup from last game. Isn't this the exact same issue? We have supports with, sure, there is Pango ulti, relatively weak stun. And then you have Io, who, has different, obviously Io's still a very strong support, with the stun or not. But it felt like S4 kind of got put